Let's talk about them Oklahoma City Thunder, Logan, shall we? Because they cruise to another win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, they don't beat them by 50 like they did in game one, but it's a comfortable victory nonetheless. What did you take away from this one?
Grizzlies are chopped. Grizzlies are chopped, bro.
Yeah,
They're done. That's it.
that's it. I mean, I agree.
No, I mean I've got some pretty crazy numbers. I'm baffled that Oklahoma City has dogged Memphis in this way through 2 games. Like I expected Oklahoma City to cruise, but these have been beatdowns. Memphis's spirit is broken. They're done. Like that's really what I mean. Like Oklahoma City has snatched this team's soul. Um, Carson, what do you think Memphis has posted as an offensive rating through 2 games? If you had to guess.
Ooh, I'm going to say 93.
88.1.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's like you're playing against the 04 Pistons, man.
Yeah, in the Big 2025.
Honestly, it's like you're playing against the 62 Celtics. 88 offensive rating? My God.
Jaren Jackson Jr. in 2 games versus Oklahoma City so far is giving you 15, 5, and 1 on 46% true shooting. Ja Morant in 2 games is giving you 23 and 5 on 44% true shooting. I think there's a lot of encouraging things about Oklahoma City in this game, in this series so far. One, just the collective defense that we've gotten from Oklahoma City. That's not anything new. This was a historically great regular season defense. They have given Ja in Triple J nightmares on ball. Like, it's just so hard. And especially when you see, like, limited role players really have to try to create. Like, dude, Aldama can't put the ball on the freaking floor. Oklahoma City's taking that the second he tries to put the rock on the floor. Like, it's comical almost. The really encouraging thing to me about this game was the fact that JDub and Chet got going. And that's really all that I'm looking for in the rest of this series. This series is done. Memphis is done as a franchise. I wonder if this is going to make them rethink some things in this offseason, go back to the drawing board. Like when I say they're chopped, I don't just mean this year. Like this could be a franchise-altering season for the Memphis Grizzlies when it looked like they were on somewhat of an ascent coming into this year. And, that's the most encouraging thing that I can say about Oklahoma City, and all I want to see the rest of this way is, can JDub reliably get it going? He's been doing that in the second half of this season, and he does in this game. Can Chet get it going? And he did in this game. And, can their shooting sustain? That's really what I'm looking for in OKC. This series is done. I think they're going to eat John Triple J up. I think Memphis is going to crumble in these next 2 games. I think that their spirits have been broken. I think their souls have been snatched. I think Oklahoma City's playing with house money right now. So I'm really encouraged by what we've gotten out of Oklahoma City, man. They're living up to everything that they were billed as coming into the playoffs.
They're dominating in spite of Shai playing 2 of his worst games of the year. That's pretty damn impressive. It's in a lot of ways the same story as last game, where like they are just so overwhelming athletically and defensively, and they have so many absolute psychos on their basketball team. Like the level of pressure that they apply to you is just different. I'll tell you one play that kind of paints that picture to me. Chet finishes, I think that somebody gave him a lay down pass or whatever, and he's like kind of flexing running back on defense. The Thunder are up 18 points with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. He sees Santi Aldama streaking down court with an opportunity in transition. Chet books it, blocks his dunk attempt at the rim. There's nothing to play for at that point anymore, and he is still locked in. He is still that fiery competitor. That's just so emblematic of the Thunder and who they are as a team. Their guards had 11 offensive rebounds in this game, man. They are first to every ball. They are so fast. They are so active. They're flying around everywhere. Chet was phenomenal defensively in this game. He had 5 blocks. And the extent to which they are dominating the transition battle, which their defense is a huge part of, forcing turnovers, getting them opportunities off stops to get out and run. I've never seen anything quite like this, Logan. They were plus 23 in terms of transition points in the first game, and they were plus 24 in transition points in this game. So it's just absurd. Their ability to turn defense into offense, like I said last show, it's unmatched in NBA history. And there's one specific dude who I want to give a massive shout out for his defensive performance and his offensive performance in this one. He just was unbelievable. That's Alex Caruso, man. Gives you 13, 4, and 3 with 4 stocks everywhere in this game. Absolute energizer bunny, dude. He is attacking the ball, forcing turnovers. He's blowing shit up as a roamer. He blocks Jaw with a rear view contest out of pick and roll today. He full sprints to recover, catch up to Jaw in transition, and forces him into a travel. He's attacking the glass, flying around and winning them extra possessions. Like, he's just such a winner, dude. And that's why the Giddey trade discourse just made me giggle, just made me chuckle, because it's like, guys can bring up the box scores all you want. If you think there's a chance in hell the Oklahoma City Thunder would rather have Josh Giddey than Alex Caruso for their roster with their needs, trying to win a championship, you're out of your mind.
No matter how many games Alex Caruso shoots 2 of 10 or 1 of 8 or, 1 of 6, whatever it is from behind the arc or from the field, it doesn't matter. Like, I will take him 10 times out of 10 on my basketball team. And that's what's so hard about playing Oklahoma City. When you're playing a defense that's so connected like this, it's just so hard to get anything going because they've pre-rotated. They're already in the exact right spot. They're anticipating what you're going to do. And specifically what I said about like a guy like Aldama. When you're making life so hard on a team's stars like Ja in this matchup against all these great perimeter defenders, and Triple J against all these great interior guys like Chet and Ihart, the buck falls on your supporting cast to step up and to beat the other guys around them. There's no weak point. So you're asking Desmond Bane to create. You're asking Aldama to create. You're asking these guys to... It's impossible. It is an impossible task for these guys because of how great this Oklahoma City defense is, man. And I just hope they're getting adequately appreciated now, Carson. I think a lot of people were really skeptical about Oklahoma City coming into these playoffs despite winning 60 games, despite being
68. Let's not sell them short. 68, Logan.
Despite being such a historically great regular season team, and I'm not surprised at all, man.
And they can look better.
They can. That's what's
terrifying. They can look a lot better.
That's what's terrifying about this team, man.
Because Shai's not going yet, but I'll tell you, the biggest thing to me, and you mentioned it, has been the comfort level of both JDub and Chet. Because where you think about where things went wrong in the playoffs last year, a lot of it rested on the shoulders of those two. Chet being totally off as a shooter from beyond the arc, JDub not being the second creator that the Thunder needed him to be in that Mav series. JDub has been so great. First of all, absolutely dominant defensively, absolutely dominant in transition. So that's great because those are the two areas in which he is most valuable, and he is getting an A+ in both of those categories. But he's also looked very comfortable in the half court. I think he's looked very comfortable out of pick and roll, getting to his pull-up jumpers, making the reads as a playmaker. He's relying a lot on the mid-range, as he always does, but the mid-range is going right now. And if the mid-range is going, then he's a really, really good offensive player. And with Chet, a lot of this game was just him stepping into wide open threes, but he's knocking them down. Like, they're leaving him wide open off the pop. They are at times helping aggressively off of him. And I just think that's a mistake. I think that Chet is an improved shooter. I think he was already a significantly better shooter.
Don't give him wide open looks, man. You're asking to get pummeled.
I agree. But then he's also aggressive over these 2 games off the catch. He was really aggressive in transition in this game, which I liked, like especially if he sees Edey as that first defender back, use your speed advantage, try to beat him down the floor. So he's just balling out, and like the rim protection from him is absolutely incredible. So those two are going to be so pivotal to OKC's title hopes this year. I've been very encouraged by how they've both looked in these first couple games. At the end of the day, the Memphis Grizzlies are not the ultimate test for the Thunder. They are food. They were food coming into this series. I expected a sweep. And After a quarter of this game, man, I was ready to go on a rant about the Grizzlies and call them a disgrace and call this a catastrophe. And like they kind of got their shit together from that point forward. They didn't get beaten by 50 again, which is the trajectory that they were on after the
That's
first
the
quarter.
bar. That's the bar.
That's the bar for me, I guess, giving you a full-on reaming after game 2. I'll save that for after the series because it's coming.
I
Like,
just don't.
they have some major, major shit to figure out.
It's just like, I don't know. When I was talking about their spirit, man, it's a really grody, like nasty feeling when you as a fan are watching these games and Memphis is wearing the defeat on them. Like Memphis has this stink about them that they've already lost this series, and it's really like I can't blame them because whoever was going to draw OKC in the first round, you're marching to your death sentence, but like Memphis is wearing it. You can see it anytime they're on your TV screen. It doesn't matter what player it is. Like this is just a team that their morale has been crushed, man. I don't know where you go from here. Like, because all of my answers and all of my solutions for Memphis or potential solutions involve drastic roster reconstruction. And that's just the reality that Memphis finds themselves in.
Yeah, well, breaking news, dude. Shocker. Taylor Jenkins was not the problem. Wasn't the problem. They have been losing a whole lot of games without him, just losing a whole lot of games down the home stretch of the season. Ja was bad in this game. Ja has been bad in this series. 44% true shooting in both games.
Like we keep mentioning, the offense has been significantly worse too since they've gone back to this Ja-centric, offense. And that was their genius idea before the playoffs to jumpstart this team and to change the tide.
Ja's individual production had been a lot better down the stretch of the regular season. He's just more comfortable playing with the ball in his hands so much. But in this matchup, I mean, it's just hell, dude. Like, Chet Holmgren is his nightmare, man. Just having to deal with a rim protector of that caliber. The only time all game I thought Ja looked comfortable was that stretch in the second quarter when Chet was off the floor and he's seeing Ihart out of drop, who is not the same deterrent. He's a good drop defender, but not like an elite dominant one like Chet. And he was able to get to some of those floaters more comfortably, but like, it's really hard for him to finish the rim against Chet. Ja has to do something special to do so, which he did a couple times, but overall inefficient at the rim. The same problems with Ja are going to remain, man. Like, he's not a remotely versatile basketball player. This year proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he can't play off ball because the system was working, but he was suffering individually. So he said, fuck it, we're not doing that anymore. Bad catch and shooter and bad pull-up shooter and not a good enough intermediate shot maker. Like, that's the stuff that you need, man. You have to be able to beat a team playing drop in the playoffs, and he can't do it. And like, the Thunder are the best drop coverage you're going to face because their screen navigation is insane and their rim protection is insane. But it's just like, man, you're not always going to be able to will your way to the rim and get efficient looks there against a playoff defense.
I'm going to say something that might be mildly controversial. I don't think it's
You like the gun stuff. I get it.
I don't think it's particular. Actually, I actually think the NBA should be a little more lenient with the celebrations and stuff like that. It's like,
well, the grenade was hilarious.
The grenade's the best selling in sports. We need to keep it. I mean, honestly, it's genius. It's awesome.
Well, actually, sorry. That's the silencing the haters celebration or something. Did you see his explanation of that?
Why do we have to? He's a grown man. Why do we have to?
He's trying to avoid a fine. I get it.
I would take Tyrese Halliburton over John Morant. It's like not actually close at all.
Oh, brother,
not close at all.
It's not close at all. It's not close at all, but it's been not close.
But like, I feel like John Morant supporters would fight us on that.
Well, they'd have a hell of a hard time making the argument right now, man. I mean, you're rigid stylistically. He's not efficient. He hasn't led to efficient team offense when he is the ball dominant engine that he wants to be. And like, you've got no flexibility, man. I mean, Hallie, he's just the golden boy of impact in the game without having to dominate the ball and without having to put up big scoring numbers. And that is just not the case whatsoever with Ja. I think that you have a pretty hard ceiling if you're trying to make him your number one. And I think that Triple J is their best player, but this has not been an encouraging playoff run from him. I will say this was a nice-ish response. Like, he was very quiet early in this game, but then he ends up getting his numbers and, like, puts up 26 points on 66% true shooting, using his strength, getting to those touch shots that he's so good on, and he was nailing them. It's not coming easy against OKC. It's not coming easy against Hartenstein. It's not coming easy in any of these matchups, but at least he was able to produce efficient offense as a scorer. I will say, if the Thunder wanted to really give him hell, they should throw more doubles at him.
They were, and he was getting some shots off, but I completely agree, dude. He looks really overwhelmed when they do it.
Yeah, I think he is a second percentile efficiency creator out of the post when doubled hard this year. And like there's the one where he lost his handle and it was a jump ball. So I would argue that they haven't even pushed the real nuclear button when it comes to exposing his potential playoff limitations. So yeah, like I said after last show, man, the Grizzlies' best guys aren't good enough. They shot poorly in this game. The whole team did. And I gotta say, Logan, their depth is kind of fake. It's overrated at least. They have a ton of guys who can give you regular season rotation minutes, and this was even more true before they traded away Laravia and Marcus Smart, and like you were talking about, whoa, they actually have like 15 guys. And that's all good and well, and that can keep you alive throughout the regular season. But how many really good basketball players do they have? How many really good role players do they have? Not that many, man. Like Scottie Pippen Jr., not a guy I really want to be relying on to create offense in a
It's kind of like
postseason.
all of them. It's like Kennard or Aldama or like
A lot of specialists, right? Edey and Kennard both have their strengths, but they also have their limitations. I think Edey's a better basketball player. I think he's more impactful than he gets credit for, but still obviously has his major limitations and exploitable aspects. I just think if you really look at the supporting cast, what makes the biggest difference is having good ass role players, not having a bunch of decent role players.
and
And they don't
versatile
really have the good ass role players
and
and
versatile
versatile role
ones too.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel terrible about the Grizzlies. I think they are in a very, very dire state and big decisions are coming for them. Are you worried at all about Shai, Logan, starting these playoffs slow?
Not really.
Yeah. I'm not either. I think if you look at these first couple games, he might be forcing the issue a bit in this game where he's maybe taking a couple mid-range pull-ups where I'd prefer a kick-out pass because he is seeing some packed paints. But honestly, I think he's mostly just uncharacteristically off as a shooter through these first couple games. Like, I'm not really seeing the defense make him uncomfortable, keep him away from his spots. They are loading up on his drive, so he can't get all the way to the rim as much as he might in the regular season, but he dealt with that in the playoffs last year and still dominated because he's a top 2 mid-range shooter on the planet, and you cannot take that away with any defensive coverage. So he's going to be absolutely fine. It's cracking me up that people are trying to make this like an MVP thing, like, oh, well, the Thunder are carrying him, and like, look, they're still dominating even when he's not playing that well. How can that possibly
Yeah,
be the MVP?
we know, bro. They're a great basketball team.
They're a great team, but also just like the notion that he was carried in the regular season is just very silly because like you want to know how many games he had in the regular season with under 20 points like he had
What,
in
like
game one?
one?
One all
He has
regular season.
18,
He had
right?
18 in one game. Look at you, Logan. You know how many regular season games he had where he shot under 35% from the field like he just did in game
I would
two?
probably say 0, actually.
Four. He had four of them, but still, like, he's played two of his worst games of the year in the playoffs. He doesn't get a pass for that. Like, he's got to be better, but to act like this was happening all the time in the regular season is just like so false. And like, it is a luxury the Thunder have that they can win games when he's not at his best and he's got to sharpen up. But this dude was fucking unbelievable in the regular season. He's going to be unbelievable for the rest of these playoffs. I really do believe that. Like, took some time off at the end of the regular season. Think he's getting his rhythm back. He'll be more than fine. Because I've always said, man, Shai is built to be a dominant playoff scorer. He is the epitome of consistency. This dude had 30 plus points in 50 games this year. To end the playoffs last year, he had 5 straight games with efficient 30 pieces, when you can dominate the paint and when you can dominate that intermediate area, and you can do it out of isolation, you can do it out of pick and roll. Like, nobody can take away Shai getting to the shots that he wants to. He just has to make them. And I absolutely believe that he will do so. He's very fortunate to have such a talented supporting cast that they can pick up his slack for these 2 games, but he's going to pick it up. And I'm not worried about him going forward.